Welcome, you guys. So, before we get into the community message, as well as getting into this interesting three-power pick a card, this is a channeled message from your ancestors. The colonizers are getting very disrespectful towards the ancestors. And this is exactly what happened when the original caretakers of Mother Gaia were taken over by the original founding fathers. They started getting very disrespectful because they weren't able to get their way. They started disrespecting artifacts. They started consciously disrupting sacred ceremonies. And they were warned several times that if they kept disrespecting certain ceremonies and practices, there would be extreme consequences. And you can look back over history and see that there has been a lot of interesting historical events in colonizers' histories overseas, as well as in the United States. So don't take it personal, but colonizers are starting to get disrespectful to you if you are openly practicing your ancestral roots. If you are no longer allowing yourself to be shamed and guilted into practicing Christianity practices that do not serve you because you understand the reality behind why African melanated brothers and sisters were subjected to Christianity during slavery times and how our ancestors had to adapt Christianity into ancient African practices. You'll understand that when I'm saying colonizers are getting disrespectful, extremely disrespectful, they know exactly what they're doing. Colonizers will blatantly disrespect a group of people and then hold those people captive and then expect those people to wear a fake smile on their face and go along with whatever principalities and principles that they set up. And if you say something about it, they target you. So when you understand that colonizers truly have their own agendas always in the forefront of their mind, don't take it personal when they start blatantly disrespecting the ancestors. And that's just for those who needed to know. Now let's get into the community message. We're going to be using Hoodoo Tarot. The Hoodoo Tarot. Let me be more specific. Let me respect this beautiful tarot deck designed by Tiana Lee McQuillan. And also this artwork by Caitlin V. Fossey is this it makes this particular deck of cards a gem to have. So the Hoodoo Tarot, not Hoodoo Tarot, the Hoodoo Tarot. And we'll use this to get the community message. Now, I humble myself even more when I do this, or when I do any readings with the Hoodoo Tarot, because this deck of cards is so uniquely designed and built, and just it's something wonderful to behold. That the messages are so profound that I rely on the book when I need to get clearer, deeper understanding messages. So let's get into their community message. All right, you guys. So we're blessed with the Two of Knives. The Daughter of Baskets. Now, this combination of cards is blessed by Miss Robinson and the Eight of Knives. Now, I'll tell you what I pick up intuitively. From the Two of Knives, I'm noticing that her eyes have been taken out. And this right here says the person in this picture still has the strength to keep going. At the same time, they don't exactly have clarity of what they're fighting for. So this could be someone that you know, or you could be needing more clarity about a stance that you're taking. And we also have the Daughter of Baskets. She's carrying a teapot as well as, and I don't want to assume because I was going to look in the book anyway. But she looks like this just looks like during plantation times, where a trusted melanated sister understood the ins and outs of the big house. And this combination of cards is telling me that sometimes you have to be creative when you're learning to trust yourself again. You have to develop new methods of getting out of your own way and being blind, deaf, and dumb to certain circumstances and situations that's meant to keep you stuck with this Eight of Knives, because this is a crossroads. You have to use your imagination. You have to trust yourself to be able to move forward where there has been lack of clarity. And I'm picking up on situations in which clarity was strategically kept away from you for quite a bit, to the point where this is justified rage and anger on her face. But this is where clarity is needed as to the source of this pain. So let's look at the Daughter of Baskets. Now, you could be dealing with someone who is jealous, but they're also loyal at the same time. And this is talking about the Daughter of Baskets. You could be dealing with someone who is jealous, but also very loyal. So they may not know exactly how to separate themselves from others. Let's look at the Two of Knives. I'm also picking up on if this person has gossiped about you. A return to sender has occurred. The Two of Knives. This person could be avoiding the real issues that need to be addressed, and they may be forced to take renewed action. Now, this Eight of Knives is connected to the Daughter of Baskets and the Two of Knives. I feel as if this person tried to create unnecessary obstacles for you, and this is where you had to learn to trust yourself. You could be learning to believe in yourself again after dealing with a very jealous, loyal person who likes to avoid real issues, but they may be forced to take renewed action. This person could have also created circumstances that were very binding for you. So you may be getting clarity about the situations and circumstances that you are binded to, connected to a very jealous, loyal person. So I'm picking up for this first part of the community message. Be gentle with your psyche as you learn to trust yourself again. Be gentle with your psyche as you learn to trust yourself again, because a jealous, loyal person who creates very binding circumstances for you, but at the same time, they're avoidant of the real issues taking place. They can be creating much more hardship for you than is necessary. There could have been long term investment of separating you from trusting yourself and your intuition. Because more than likely, if you had been tapped and tuned into your intuition, you would not have allowed this jealous, loyal person's abuse to occur. So, let's get you guys a positive affirmation for this first portion of the reading. Well, we got three. I am blooming. I am full of authenticity because I bloom exactly the way I was always meant to. So, this is letting me know that a jealous, loyal person knew that if you were authentic to yourself, you would intentionally not invest into them. You would have set clear boundaries with them, and you would have went into a new direction. And no matter what they would have tried to do to be there with you, they would not be able to join you. So instead of, you know, wanting you to get to that place that you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to reach your full potential, they didn't want you to reach your full potential because they couldn't be a part of your destiny. So this person could have went above and beyond to create a binding circumstance for you that now they're trying to get out of. I have choices. I don't have to be stuck in something that no longer fits. I have choices always. I'm picking up and feeling that the binding circumstance that someone could have created for you could have posed many limitations upon you, and you had to learn the necessary internal soft skill sets to be able to make the best of every obstacle that it brought your way. I'm picking up that this person, this jealous, loyal person, didn't exactly really fully see the binding circumstance that they created for you, but they will fully experience the binding circumstances that they created for you, because the return to sender that is occurring, they're going to be feeling the full effect of negatively impacting your life. I feel as if this person wanted you to be limited to the life choices that you can make because they felt disconnected from their freedom. And I'm also picking up that they purposely sabotage choices that you had. So they could have used opportunities that you were blessed with to strategically sabotage you so that you would remain with them. I'm picking up on a very possessive energy that purposely tried to um, put you in a box so that you would always be in their back pocket. And then we have energy protection. I have the power to protect my energy and maintain a positive attitude. No one can destroy my inner peace. So if this person purposely tried to destroy your inner peace, that much is obvious. And I feel the ways that they went about trying to destroy your inner peace, that's going to be exposed. Even if it was simply using esoterics or moon magic, because this is a moon, it's very difficult to track baneful moon magic practices if people have done it to get victory wins for court cases and things like that. But this person's possessiveness took on a level to where you had to figure out how to protect your energy from the binding, how to protect yourself from the binding circumstances this person created for you. The type of circumstances this person created for you pose many threats to your life. And I feel as if this person underestimated your strength. And with that return to sender occurring, they're really going to be not taking life for granted. Because I don't think they actually recognized how they actually created difficult situations for you. Because this person definitely did try to destroy your inner peace, and that much is coming up. So expect obstacles to be removed from your path in which this individual has contributed to you having to amp up how you move about so that you can be protected. This person was reckless in how they maneuvered and trying to get access to you. And it created very harsh situations for you. And those obstacles that came with baneful moon magic that they could have been doing, so that you would be stuck with them. This is how possessive they are. Even if you didn't actually have a genuine connection with them, they wanted you to be tethered to them by any means necessary. This is the type of possessive energy I'm picking up. They created a lot of dire situations for you with those binding situations. And while you may be divinely guided and protected, they're not. So you're blessed with energy protection for the first part of the community message. If you're the one who has kept your karmic scales balanced, at every crossroads that you go through to basically remove yourself from circumstances and situations that a jealous, loyal person has created in order to possess you. Wow. Now, let's get the second half of this message. Not only are we blessed with the Four of Sticks and Miss Ida has shown itself, we're going to look into Miss Robinson first. Now, Miss Robinson is the devil card. And I'm going to read you guys the history behind this particular card here. It's quite exceptional. Miss Robinson is proudly displaying the funeral program of Reginald Patrick. Miss Robinson, born date unknown to 1952, was a hoodoo from Orangeburg, South Carolina. According to the people in her small town, she was a sweet, law-abiding woman unless someone crossed her. One day after church, Miss Robinson saw a few parishioners gathered around a woman named Mrs. Patrick. As Miss Robinson walked by, Miss Patrick said loudly that she didn't believe root workers should be welcome in the church and that it was a bunch of made-up nonsense. Miss Robinson tried her best to ignore her until she noticed people started treating her differently. They were making up excuses for why she couldn't visit, and her clients started canceling appointments. It turned out that Mrs. Patrick was trying her best to destroy Miss Robinson's entire life, even though she hardly knew her. Miss Robinson finally approached Mrs. Patrick after church and told her to never speak ill about her again, or she would be sorry. Mrs. Patrick laughed and elbowed her cronies and said that would never happen. So she might as well go ahead and root her then. Miss Patrick told her that she was made for root working and that if she couldn't have what she loved the most, then neither would she. Mrs. Patrick howled with laughter and walked away with the other ladies, leaving Miss Robinson standing there furious. 29 days later, Mrs. Patrick's 9-year-old son, Reginald, died unexpectedly after having a cold. Everyone knew that Reginald was Mrs. Patrick's pride and joy. Not only was he her only child, she also couldn't have any more, so she was absolutely devastated by the loss. As the mourners filed out of the funeral home, Miss Robinson was seen smiling as she fanned herself with a memorial program from across the road. Mrs. Patrick, now totally broken, moved out of town the following day. So, what's about to come out that someone is cheating on somebody. Someone who has been causing you trouble with this, because I read the Miss Robinson story. They could have, somebody's cheating on them and it's about to come out. Now, they could have been starting arguments, petty arguments with you due to a lot of confusion. They could have been starting extremely petty arguments with you guys. You guys could have been the target of their malicious gossip. They could have not been minding their own business. They could have been targeting you by maliciously gossiping about you to avoid the real issues going on in their personal life. And now they want a truce because things is falling apart for them. And someone that they're connected to is cheating on them. Now, this is going to really hit them where it hurts. Because they're not exactly going to see this betrayal take place. So, you are asked to up your energy protection because this person wants a truce with you after consciously and intentionally trying to sabotage you being able to have stability with malicious gossip. So the person that they least likely expect is having an affair on them, and this is going to be revealed. Now, this person likes to view you as evil because they want to justify their actions for how they treated you. However, when the truth about this affair comes out, people are going to start to wonder, why are you acting as if your relationship is an ideal relationship when this person has been going behind your back the whole time cheating on you? So this person could have been trying to view you as an evil person to avoid the reality of their life. And when the reality of their life comes out by this affair being exposed, and the truth is coming out with this Ace of Knives, this person wanted you to be viewed from such an ugly perspective that they were willing to basically purposely agitate you. And then when you would react the way they had hoped you would react, they would try to basically point the finger at you and say that you're being evil. So someone who was maliciously gossiping about you, the relationship that they're in is going to be exposed. And this relationship being exposed will expose their upbringing, will expose their tics, and it will expose the way that they think. Because this person likes to justify the way that they think. They like to impose their perspectives on others. Even if you have no connection to them, this is a person who likes to get your attention by any means necessary, even if that means covertly trying to sabotage everything about you. All right, so we're going to look at Miss Ida. Miss Ida is the High Priestess card here, and this revealed itself, and I'm going to honor it. Be more patient, because when the right time to take action, to move forward, presents itself, you will know. You're being advised to let go and let God with Miss Ida. Also, pay attention to the moon cycles as well. There could have been a lot of difficulties imposed upon you for certain things to occur due to this person's negative interference into your life. And the reason that they targeted you is because there's something about you that they wanted to have for themselves. I feel the interference that this person that we just described, um, who was maliciously gossiping about you, it has created very difficult very difficult opposition in your life, and you may be handling it much more classier than they imagine you would be handling it. So with a return to sender occurring, this is going to actually break them, because while you may make grace and strength look very easy, it takes the act of surrendering to the Most High to be able to stay classy and graceful. When you have religious, bigoted individuals trying to target you and trying to hide everything that they're doing to target you, in order to make it seem as if you're the evil one, but literally they're trying to avoid real issues. So continue to surrender even more to your higher power and be patient. And we also have the Four of Sticks for the community message. And we'll get into the 4 power pick a card. No, I don't know why I said 4 power. No, 3 powers. But if 4 does come up, you'll see that in the description box. Now, on this 4 of Sticks card here, this is during the time when, I'm going to show you guys this card, when there was light skin privilege. But this also is where ops could came in. Now we're in a time where people are starting to recognize the ops can be just about any multicolored person that you can imagine. So if you love who you love, be happy and love them right. So we got a couple of things coming up. Whoever went above and beyond to negatively impact your life by doing blow shots, low blow shots that they would not want to happen to them, they're experiencing canceled plans. Whatever they had planned on occurring to take place, and we're going to find out why, that these canceled plans are going to be devastating for them. And this is part of their return to sender. But they had some nasty plans for you. And I'm putting together with their canceled plans for what they wanted to happen to you not happening to you, and them also having canceled plans. This means that they're afraid of what they wanted to happen to you happening to them. But they're also afraid of the place that it's going to take place. So they could have had plans to move. They could have had plans to relocate. And they may not be able to relocate because this is how bad they had created circumstances, binding circumstances concerning you. I'm picking up that whatever malicious gossip they started was supposed to trap you in certain situations in which they would know about your suffering because they played a role in initiating that suffering. So I'm picking up on someone who could have planned to relocate to get away from a certain area where something was supposed to happen to you, but it's going to happen to them. And they're not able to actually relocate because there's some things that they don't have the resources to do it. And this is due to lack of focus with the 7 of baskets. So they possibly put all their eggs into let's say the wrong baskets. And you have had to protect yourself from this person's reckless decision making that weren't rooted in reality. So you have had to have extreme energy protection when dealing with this person. Now this person doesn't understand yet that they won't be able to move. I'll tell you why. Because what they did intentionally to harm you, and they could have done this to others and gotten away with it, but you were the last straw that this could be pulled on. They don't want to pay the full consequences for how they went above and beyond to see you be destroyed. So the fact that they can't move and relocate has them very fear-based that this return to sender is going to destroy them. So you've possibly had to protect yourself from individuals who have been trying to basically prevent a return to sender of very ill intentions that they had towards you. And the intentions could have been so ill intentioned that if anyone knew exactly what they were thinking about you and how they were thinking about this way towards you, people would distance themselves from them. This is how evil these people are, and they possibly went above and beyond to basically project their evilness onto you. So if people actually knew what they had intention to happen to you, people would have would basically cut ties with them a long time ago. So this person could have possibly been acting as if they were, someone that they're not, in order to secure codependent supply. I'm picking up on a very codependent energy. And so you could have had to find you could have had to prioritize your time to protect your energy from this person, because this person wanted to see you destroyed. And now that this person can't actually move and plans have canceled, they're afraid of being broken when these return to senders hit. So whatever ill intentions they had towards you, they may only want to come back around to basically be protected from what you're protected from. Because whatever they had wanted to happen to you was so evil. They didn't want to be associated with being looked at as people who thought stuff like what's about to happen to them. Mm-hmm. And that's all we're gonna leave it at that. Now, I feel led to do a 4-power pick a card, and I don't exactly know why, but we're gonna just do it. Most of the time I do 3. If you have watched my videos, thank you for your support. But I feel led to do a 4-power pick a card this time. Now, this 4-power pick a card will more than likely involve past life issues that are being cleared up. But let's be more specific. What past life issues are specifically coming up? Invest into empowered thinking when fear of the unknown is triggered. So in a past life, you could have held yourself back. And I feel like you could be closing out a karmic cycle in which you hold yourself back. And this is where People who don't have direction and lack focus may try to monopolize on the fact that you may hold yourself back. So they may try to amp up the way you hold yourself back. So you could be encountering people who you feel like it's way too familiar. You could know them you could really not know them, but it could seem way too familiar. You may not even communicate with them, but the way that they're going about trying to get access to you, they could feel entitled to your energy. And this could be something from a past life in which you decided to stay in one place where they were due to a lot of issues that were not resolved in that time. And they also could have been amping up on having you stay stuck so they could have access to you. So you may be closing out karmic cycles with individuals who want you to remain stuck and stagnant with them. So let's see what this 4-pound pick a card will be titled. What past life issues are being resolved? That sounds good to me. What y'all think? Without further ado, thank you for your patience. I'll see you at your pal or pals of choice. Now, there are 4 pals this time, and thank you for being adaptable and flexible with the necessary changes. Welcome, Pal 1. Let's see what past life issues are being resolved. We're using the clairvoyant tarot, as well as the Angels Are Among Us oracle deck, okay? So what past life issues are being resolved for Pal 1? Interesting set of you got a good set of cards. I'm gonna show you guys the designs on the clairvoyant oracle are phenomenal, as well as the Angels Among Us as well. Okay, you guys, so we're blessed with the Goddess card. Supporting the Goddess card is Archangel Regale. So what's standing out to me is relationship healing and the Goddess here. So when you ever hear tales and stories about deities, they are not associated with just being around any and everybody. They're highly revered for a reason. So you could have had a lot of your relationships in the past or present have been severely targeted, in which you would be viewed from a tyrannical narcissistic perspective. But with the Goddess card here, it says that you're aware of a lot of things, so you highly protect your energy. And you could have had individuals going above and beyond to negatively interfere in your personal relationships so that they could get access to you. Your value may be so high that if they are standing next to you, it's obvious that there's something that you guys just don't fit. There's no chemistry. You could be dealing with a lot of opportunists who like to take the easy way out. So they could have did everything they could that, and this also happened to them, in order to make it so you would have difficulty healthily connecting with healthy people. You could have dealt with people who wanted you to stay with them long term so they could profit off of your high quality. They could have did everything they could to break you, and everything they tried to do to break you could have only actually helped you and propel you into a leadership position of self-love. So what past life issues are being resolved? The intentional malicious damage that was done to negatively impact your view of interpersonal connections. And Archangel Rigel is assisting with that, because there's been a lot of, you have been, if you haven't been experiencing harmony, you will be experiencing it soon. But there's been a lot of intentional sabotage for you guys, Pal One, so that you guys can be subjected to just about any kind of treatment. And this is coming from opportunists who don't have respect for themselves. So they've tried to basically get access to you by any means necessary. That means I'm picking up on some obsessive energies who they wanted to find out who you associate with, how you associate with them, in the manner that you associate with them, so that they could actually interfere with how you're being viewed. Now we also have the card of happiness. And under it is emotional release. We also have Lord Ganesha, removal of obstacles. And we have Goddess Lakshmi, fortune. As I stated, you've been dealing with opportunists from a past life who purposely have created obstacles for you of heartbreak. It's like I'm picking up on individuals who feel the only way they can get access to you is if they break your heart by negatively interfering in your social life, by actively trying to convince those that you're connected to that you're someone that you're not. They could be professionals at sabotaging themselves, so they can professionally go about covertly sabotaging other people's interpersonal connections. And I feel like you were targeted by these people because of your natural ability to just simply be happy. So they wanted you to get stuck and stagnant with them and suffering. So they purposely went above and beyond to create grief for you. So the past life issue that's being resolved is the dynamics of your relationship will be changing. If you have dealt with sabotage on a sadistic level, community gang stalking, and you haven't got your justice for that, that's coming. Anyone who went above and beyond to, get their hands dirty, but also act like they didn't throw stones, they live in glass houses, metaphorically. And if you felt that you would not get justice for the amount of gang stalking that you have been subjected to, Pile One, well, you will be blessed with that justice in unexpected, miraculous ways. These people were doing dirty work for the wrong people, and now the people that they did the dirty work for are targeting them and coming after them. The very same people who did not successfully tarnish your image are now the targets of the very same people that sent them your way. And I feel led to end your reading right there, pile one. So we're gonna cleanse the energy and bless you guys with some good luck along the way, pile one. All right. So, pile two, welcome. Before I get into the cards, I'm picking up on that you could be dealing with people who are trying to figure out how to get out of a very tough situation that they have created for themselves. This could be showing up possibly as nightmares, omens of things to expect. They could be hoping for better news, and they could be getting the very same news that they hoped you would receive. I'm picking up on people that could have um, cursed your name so badly that they don't even know how anyone would get out of certain situations. If this situation happened to you, and now they're trying to figure out how to get out of a situation that they hope would happen to you, but it's gonna happen to them, and they know it. They know exactly what's up. So interesting. So let's see what past life issues are being resolved for pile two. We got quite an abundance of cards, so I'll get into it. We have Mother Mary. Purity of heart is standing out to me. So pile two, if you are the one with the pure heart, it's being seen. And the fact that you have the strength to keep your heart pure is being discussed. We have passion here. You could have people discussing, and this could be people who have an obsession with you, because when I thought of the orange, I thought of the sacral chakra, and lust energy came up, and then I thought of obsession. You could have people who have an obsession with you discussing how you continue to have a pure heart when they consciously and strategically create nothing but havoc for you. You could have people who try to put you in a box, pile two, who try to say, well, if you have a pure heart, this is the only way you can maneuver, because this is how pure-hearted people act and move. And they could have strategically did that so that they could basically set you up to be used and abused and exploited by them. So you could have people who are obsessed with you openly discussing the purity that you radiate. The obsession of your purity could extend to a point where they are not grounded and rooted in reality. There's a full moon in this picture. So you could be dealing with single white female criminal types who are trying to emulate your purity. If we think about the Bible, we think about Esther. She was known for being a virtuous female. Your virtuous nature could be discussed by obsessive single white female criminal personality types. And this could be a past, this is a past life issue. You could be dealing with single white female personality types who are obsessive in nature due to the fact that they were not given the proper emotional, mental, and spiritual nurturing that they deserved during the developmental stages of childhood. So their distorted perspective of what passion is can converge on obsession. These are individuals who will try to energy transfer their karma to you so that they can have your reputation of a pure heart, all the while still doing things that can get them into jeopardizing dire situations. So Lord Ganesha is here. Clear path ahead. And Goddess Hathor is here as well. Celebration. These single white female criminal personality types will no longer be too much of a problem for you. They're walking into traps. And I feel like these people strategically went above and beyond to create extreme difficulties for you. So you could be seen as a person who just had a tendency to suffer. But literally, I feel like they could have been doing moon magic so you could suffer. I'm picking up on single white female criminal personalities who would speak highly of your purity, but at the same time would hope to have everything that's yours for themselves. So this is where they could have tried to karma swap. They could have tried to get your celebration. They could have tried to get your clear path, but yet they were self-sabotaging by creating difficulties for themselves. By not only targeting you, they've done this to many others. So you're going to have a reason to celebrate shortly, soon, because the path is being cleared for you. These people are basically attracting to themselves what they are. Now, obsessive single white female personality criminal types, we have opportunity here. Now, if you'll notice, there's a male and a female walking together to a sacred place with opportunity. Single white female criminal personality types specifically like to target people who naturally attract monogamous partners. Monogamous individuals naturally have stability. I'm picking up on people who try to create unnecessary third-party situations for you. They also could have been doing spell work to get access to your partner, because they wanted the opportunities that come with you and your partner reaching your destiny. So whatever purpose that you and your partner, if they're in your life now, great. If they're not in your life, they are coming soon. And you may have children if you're open to having children with the partner that's actually good for you. That's something that will be discussed as well, pal, too. But you could have dealt with single white female personality types that were envious and jealous of the fact that you were fertile. And they thought that they could get the full benefits of you and your divine counterpart, your soulmate, they thought they could get the full benefits of you guys both reaching your full potential before you actually reached your full potential. But these single white female criminal personality types are simply a part of your journey of reaching your full potential, because the obstacles that they create, they don't want you to see that you have a reason to celebrate. They don't want you to see that no matter what antics they try, they can't negatively impact it. So more than likely, you may be dealing with people using a lot of heavy illusion magic on you guys, pile too. They may be trying to um, have you see unnecessary problems present that's not exactly there. And the reason that's taking place is because we have the love card and the emotional release. They want you to self sabotage um, your soulmate relationship or your divine counterpart twin flame relationship. In this picture, there is someone actively expressing how he loves someone who is by herself. Now you'll notice in this particular, and this is beautiful when you have a healthy coven of women. You'll notice how this person is secure by herself, but these women are having a jolly good time because they're binded to each other. You may be dealing with single white female personality types who are binded to each other. So this means even if they were able to successfully start a third party situation with you and your person, the people that they're connected to will basically try to get with that same person too. And they will start competing with each other and then doing spell work on each other to remove the people that's sleeping with the person that they're sleeping with. So I'm picking up on some people that could have multiple they could be sleeping with the same people and not even know it. This is a type of people that you could be dealing with, and they could they can identify an opportunity a mile away, especially if someone's faithful, because they can identify stability there. So they'll try to basically trap a stable person and still do their dirt. So with love here and emotional release, you could have been getting heavily targeted by people literally just trying to um, have you think that their reality of a loveless life is your reality. They could be doing everything they can to interfere with your romantic connection. However, this is strengthening the romance between you and your person. If this person is currently here, you'll know who it is. And if they haven't exactly made themselves aware or made themselves open to you, they're gonna express it. But these people had every intention of trying to hurt you long term due to the fact that they want your full potential without actually putting the work in and not understanding the obstacles that you have to overcome, but they're obstacles. So because they're obstacles to themselves, they're going to attract other people who will help them recognize how they are an obstacle to themselves. And this is your reading pile too for what past life issues are being resolved. Very interesting. Um, very interesting. Let's cleanse the energy and thank you guys for being present, pile two. So welcome, pile three. Thank you guys for being present. Let's look at what past life issues are being resolved for you guys. We're using the clairvoyant oracle, as well as the Angels Among Us Oracle deck. Now, this is a beautiful deck of cards we have here. And I'm starting to see a pattern here because Lord Ganesha has showed up in almost every reading. So thank you, Lord Ganesha, for your presence. We have the card here of Horus with clear seeing and chakra balancing. So, what past life issues are being resolved? You're learning how to do proper chakra maintenance, pal 3. This is allowing you to see what's actually going on. If anyone has strategically been targeting your chakras, they know that they're knee deep into the esoterics, and they don't want you to see what the fuck is going on. They don't want you to know their intentions, and they definitely don't want other people to know their intentions. So if you've had people consciously targeting your chakras, and this could be family, this could be people that have a little bit more information on you, that could, be related to your chakras. For example, with the root chakra, they can know there's something that you like doing specifically that can help you easily generate money. And they could have specifically tried to redirect you onto a path in which you would be struggling to get finances, so that they could simply say they have more finances than you. So they could basically convince a group of people to go against you out of retaliation and revenge. I'm picking up on people who specifically targeted your root chakra, and this could be family. This could be people that you have blood ties with. They could have did everything they could to appear more financially superior to you, because they know that if you go against your natural birthright, you're gonna be basically holding yourself back. So I'm this is where I'm picking up on, you could have had people intentionally targeting your chakras, specifically in a manner so that you would constantly be easy to control, easy to fool, and easy to take advantage of, because this is how fucking lazy they are. Well, Lord Ganesh says there's a clear path ahead. And with Archangel Jeremiel showing itself, these people are having reflections, as the very same obstacles they created for you is showing up in their lives. And people are clearly seeing how these people have tried to basically distort your reality. Now, those who have been aware of individuals trying to specifically distort your reality for personal gain, and then negatively narrating your truth as if, you're disconnected from reality, they're experiencing a distorted reality. And now they're trying to make it appear as if they're able to balance large amounts of responsibility, but literally all the work that they did to keep your chakras off balance is happening to them. When they try to balance their chakras, they happen to encounter people who maliciously and intentionally disrupt them being able to balance their chakras. I'm picking up on anyone from your past who tried to maliciously, sadistically oppress you and get away with it with covert narcissism. I'm picking up on the fact that they're encountering a dark night of the soul experience, and where they're trying to energetically protect themselves from spiritual experiences that they don't actually have someone that they can trust to talk to about it. They're afraid that if they tell certain people they're having certain, paranormal experiences, they're afraid they'll be treated as badly as they hope you would be treated. So these people are trying to protect their energy, but as harshly as they try to keep you from being able to protect yourselves from them, all the while strategically targeting your chakras, it's happening to them. So that past life issue is being resolved. We also have Archangel Jophiel with joy and beauty here. These people targeted you specifically because you easily attract things with your beauty, and you are naturally joyful. So when you're naturally joyful, it radiates your inner and outer beauty. Even if you're a male listening to this, there's a power to your external experience, a easiness, a effortlessness to what you do. So they specifically targeted your sacral chakra to take your joy from you. Now underneath is oneness. And if you notice, there's a wolf here, and there's also a healthy group of females in this picture together, being able to be on one accord without having to utilize peer pressure. And if you notice the wolf here, this is saying that you are actually attracting a healthy group of feminine energy to surround yourself around. That means if you're feminine and you're connected to a healthy masculine energy, you're going to see the difference between how healthy masculine energy communicates with feminine energy versus dealing with distorted masculine energy that will purposely distort the reality of infidelity so that they can create competition among the targets that they're trying to sleep with. So this right here is saying if you are a female or male that has experienced betrayal connected to um, the opposite sex, you're going to be able to experience healthy versions of openness in which if you're a healthy male, the female isn't going to be trying to um get you to isn't going to be trying to seduce you to trap you with a child. If you're a healthy female, you're not going to encounter or you're not going to be one-on-one dealing with a possessive, jealous male who gives up on their dreams easily and can become abusive in nature and go above and beyond to hide it. This is where, if you are in a relationship, you'll know that your partner is faithful. And if they are communicating with someone of the opposite gender, you'll know that it's from, even if the person is naturally attractive, you'll know there's no third party situations going on. And then we also have meditation. Meditating will help you also balance your chakras as well. You could also focus on your crown chakra. All right. And be mindful that there are people who are still trying to get access to your chakras. They're trying to get access to your energy fields in your chakras. They're trying to get access to your joyful energy. And this is something that the reason that they could be having multiple people involved, multiple entities or agencies involved to do this. There could be a network of people trying to get access to your energy, to the energy in your chakras, because they understand how powerful the emotion of joy is and they don't naturally have it. And they're also going above and beyond to hide their intention of how they're actually trying to energy harvest off you. Now, some of you guys could be dealing with people trying to target your sacral chakra. And you know how people like to target the sacral chakra now. Forceful rape, trying to wear and tear down on you, trying to hurt your feelings on a consistent basis to the point that you're like, why am I even trying? And if something does happen to you, if you do experience rape, they'll act like they don't know anything about it, even though they could have intentions for you to experience rape. So you could be dealing with past life issues the past life issues that's being resolved is you can have people that want you to carry their burdens. And a lot of ways to inflict someone burden wise, and this is an old thing that they did back in the day, they specifically targeted feminine energy to transfer generational curses into via sadism. Sadism used to be used very heavily during slavery times to produce more workhorses. Slave masters didn't actually have to do much work when they were able to rape a slave, and that slave would carry seeds of hate. And give birth to children who had to choose between being like their hateful fathers or having to learn to fight like the struggling mothers. So you could be dealing with people who are stuck and trapped in sexual trauma, and they're so lazy that they would literally organize sex trafficking to be able to get access to someone that wants nothing to do with them. So what past life issues are being resolved? Wow, I know, right? We got you surrendering to your higher power. Because if you literally put energy into how these people are trying to attack you very strategically, on with an understanding that miserable people have concocted ideas that they'll feel better if they do something that will harm someone else. You have to realize how evil the people that you're dealing with are. These evil people could be showing you to just simply surrender to your higher power. I'm picking up on evil-hearted people who are envious and jealous in nature. And if you got a group of evil-hearted people who are jealous and envious in nature and willing to put their resources together specifically to try to target people who is not suffering with them, you got to give it to your higher power. If these, and as I'm picking up on evil-hearted people who are envious and jealous, they're not trying to get rid of the jealousy. The jealousy gives them drive for some fucking reason, and they're not trying to get rid of it in any way possible. You can have people trying to basically negatively narrate your journey of self-love that's showing up as self-worth. And they could be basically trying to do this to hit you from so many angles so that you will sit there and lower your guard down from so much peer pressure, from so much forceful projections. I'm picking up on people who have been forcefully projecting their self-hate onto you so that you will feel beat down just like they do so they can take advantage of you. And with I have choices, you could have people in organizations purposely limiting you to see if you gonna get out of it. I'm picking up on people with large amounts of money who's making bets on you like you're a rat in a rat race. I bet you such and such can't do such and such if we do such and such to them. And every time you defy the odds, it's kind of like the Hunger Games. It's like you got people placing bets on your life. So, what past life issues are being resolved, pal 3? You could be learning to trust your higher power, that your higher power is more powerful than the fear tactics and intimidation tactics. That you could have a group of sadistic, narcissistic individuals going above and beyond to orchestrate so that they can basically um, get you attached to them, even though it's not going to best benefit anyone at all long term. And they could definitely be abusing and exploiting moon magic to do this. So this says here, if they have to abuse and exploit moon magic to get access to you, they know full well that they can't just walk up to you. So you could have people in the background doing baneful moon magic to get access to you. And we're going to cleanse the energy here and keep it and just keep it pushing. So welcome, pal 4. I don't normally do for pals, but something told me to do it. And here's something that I feel like your ancestors are speaking, because I got a message from an ancestor. It said, colonizers, go back to where you came from. So I feel like your ancestors ain't playing around with any colonizer that's trying to justify getting away with openly stalking you via community gang stalking you. And when I say colonizers, I'm not just talking about the lighter melanated people. I'm talking about ops. So I feel like your ancestors are like, look, we ain't playing these games no more. Go home on your own. We're gonna give you a reason to go home. So let's see what past life issues are being resolved. This could also, you could be the generational curse breaker, pal 4, or you could, be inquiring about a generational curse breaker more than you should be inquiring about them. If Take what resonates. If you're the generational curse breaker, someone's inquiring about you a little bit more than they should be inquiring about you, and people are taking note of it. So, being that they can't get to you if you're the generational curse breaker, they're going to try to get access to the people who are trying to get access to you. All right. Interesting, right? We're blessed with the friendship card and goddess segment. So in this point in time, you see how they all have white? This is a bunch of high vibrational magic practitioners who are honoring the full moon. They not out here wilding out doing baneful moon magic. So in this point in time, you could be learning to trust again. Trust could be rebuilt. Trust could be being rebuilt for you. You could be rebuilding trust. Now, before humanity, before society got used to females consistently bickering and being jealous and envious of each other and competing for men's attention, there used to be harmony among the lands of females. And this is what you're attracting. You're going to attracting, if you're a female, a healthy group of females who got their own swag, and you guys can be authentic with each other, and you guys can celebrate together harmoniously without having to wonder and look over your shoulder, is someone gonna betray you? So anyone that has intentions to betray you is being removed from your path with Lord Ganesha. Removal of obstacles. And you see this smile here? The way it happens, they ain't gonna never see the shit. I'm picking up on females. If you're a female having and you've dealt with a lot of betrayal, and if you've attracted nasty, spiteful, distorted feminine energy, toxic feminine energy that has went above and beyond to convince you of their loyalty, but who has strategically betrayed you countless times, they're being removed from your path. They're going to experience destruction. And it has to do something with the sacral chakra. Now, some of these females have wished ill will on you to the point that if it happened to them, and they're reflecting on this, they don't know how they would survive. So whatever ill will they wished on you connected to the sacral chakra, they're reflecting on how they are not prepared to protect themselves if it happens to them. And this is going to have them be removed from your path so that you can actually be able to identify the people who are actually there for you, genuinely there for you, and not wanting something and trying to go about and get it in a very destructive manner. So anyone who has been actively betraying you behind your back is attracting destruction. They're being removed from your life because they are nothing but obstacles with Lord Ganesha and Goddess Sekhmet. So this way, you're going to be able to attract more healing experiences of trust with females that you're not going to have to deal with, where you're wondering, what destruction did this bitch start now? And how do I get the strength to get through this particular bout of obstacle that this backstabbing, innocent acting bitch is trying to get away with this time? If you're a female who's dealt with way too many backstabbing, innocent acting bitches who create obstacles for you, hoping that you will be fucked up and fucked over and that you'll give up on yourself, well, they've attracted the very same thing. So the obstacles they created for you, well, it's knocked on their door and said, hey, remember me? And they're reflecting on it too. Because all the time that these bitter bitches had to basically work on themselves, they put that energy into obsessing about you. They wanted to basically block your blessings. And one of your blessings, pal, for if you are the one on the right side of karma, is that you are blessed with a good group of friends where you don't have to worry about being betrayed, being set up or stabbed in the back. Where y'all got y'all own swag and y'all just doing y'all thing and it's peaceful. So, what past life issue is being resolved? Any bitter, lonely, two-faced, backstabbing, innocent acting bitch is going to receive the very same torture they hoped you would receive. And we keeping it a buck, all right? Because with rebuilding, these bitter, lonely ass bitches who will stab you in the back and act innocent, they went above and beyond to create grave difficulty for you. And now they're starting to see they put themselves in quite a bind. Quite a bind indeed. They know exactly what they wish would happen to you, so now they're reflecting on it happening to them and how to get themselves out of certain issues and things like that. They also could have stopped you and these people that you should be hanging out with. I'm picking up a very stalkerish energy. They could have emulated everything that you guys do so that they could blend in with you guys, so that they could cause disharmony and distrust, so that when obstacles would be introduced, they would not be connected to being the initiators of unnecessary drama. And then it was easy to project the drama onto you instead of simply acknowledging that they had no reason to be doing what they're doing. So we have automatic writing. We also have passion. You'll be connecting if you're the female here, and I wanted to say this earlier, but if you're the male here, you possibly may be interested in someone who only is interested in having genuine friendship connections, and you may not know how to maneuver going about that because you could be used to dealing with very toxic females who constantly use their verbal energy, the verbal communication, to negatively narrate people's characters. You could have gotten used to gossip and drama for so long and so often that you possibly associated females full on with gossiping and competition and jealousy and envy. It could have been something that you naturally associated female energy with. And you may not know how to connect with a healthy female who is not about that life. So you either could be in one of the following categories. You could be humbling yourself and not letting your ego get the best of you, and learning how to navigate, getting to know a healthy female that doesn't do malicious gossip and minds her own business. Or you could be, having a negative perspective of a situation, and it's for personal gain. Now, if you're the healthy female who is only interested in vibing with high vibrational people, you could have low vibrational toxic people going above and beyond to negatively narrate the fact that you are a person of class and quality, and you're not going to sit there and blindly go along with a jealous, envious, bitter, lonely ass, backstabbing, innocent acting bitch. You also could have attracted toxic masculine energy who could have really tried to amp up the drama that the toxic feminine energies put out about you. Well, that's backfiring now, because I'll tell you why. The toxic masculine energy that was building up the toxic feminine energy, encouraging them to continue malicious gossip about you, they're realizing that when push comes to shove, they are surrounded by the wrong people who attract a lot of trouble. And if they are not told about the trouble in advance, Well, this could mean that they could get themselves in certain situations that they don't know how to get out of. So, pile 4 is something that you guys need to know. Toxic masculine energy is actively pulling away from toxic feminine energy because they don't know how to protect themselves from the dangers that toxic feminine energy brings with them. So you're being asked to increase protection from toxic masculine energy, who is codependent, lonely, unable to provide for themselves, and would like to take out their frustration out on just about anybody who they feel is not going to recklessly attack them. I'm picking up on toxic masculine energy that's passive aggressive, especially if they heavily relied on toxic feminine energy to do malicious gossip to see if it will wear and tear you down. They were willing to put you in compromising situations if you're the healthy female, by which they would try to basically get access to you on a sexual level while openly disrespecting you, all the while utilizing the help of jealous, envious females to keep you in a place so that they could be able to get access to you whenever they wanted, how they wanted. I'm picking up on the toxic females that they're actively detaching from. These females don't have boundaries. So whenever they would call, these females would jump up and say, "What do you want?" They acted like slaves. But now they're starting to realize the trouble that comes with these females ain't worth it. So you know how these codependent, lonely ass, dusty, busty homosexuals do. You know exactly how they move. So this is exactly why you're being asked to increase energetic protection power 4. Because if these men can't take care of themselves and they're already, they can't hide the disgust for the toxic females, they're going to try to find one more way to come around and get access to you. And when that doesn't work, they'll go back to the toxic feminine energy. And the toxic feminine energy is going to be tired and worn the fuck out and ready to basically just take their anger out on these men. Now, this may be a bit of a difficult time to get through Power 4 when you understand the amount of self-hatred that toxic masculine energy has for itself. But you're protected from it. Toxic feminine energy that is willing to compromise their safety because they're not healing codependency